Hey guys, so I'm on my way to the casino today. Plan is to try and grind around 6 hours. So a quick update on what's been going on with me. So for the past 3 months I've been playing online and I've been Ubering. Been doing about 25 hours a week Uber, 25 hours a week online, but I haven't played live in 3 months. But pretty much every year, once I kind of take things by quarter, right? So for the past quarter I've just been doing online and Uber, and then pretty much always around this time it gets like really nice outside and everything, and I always find it hard to grind online with just the weather being nice outside, and I feel like it's hard to concentrate, or you're trying to grind online but you see it's nice outside, so it's kind of what's the word, I don't know, it takes away your motivation or something. So I always try and grind more live during the summer. So anyways, right now, I mean, when you're grinding live, there's no windows or anything, right? So you don't feel bad about being stuck in your house on a computer when the weather's nice. So anyways, so going to play live today. My plan for the next 3 months, because I take things quarter by quarter, is to try and play live twice a week, maybe more, and then play a little online and Uber as well. So I'll see how all that goes. With live, it's been frustrating the past few years. I've essentially just been breaking even for maybe I've been breaking even for the past 800 hours or something live, and I've spaced it out over a few years. I'm playing a lot online. I've been Ubering, so I'm trying to get back into live, but I'll see. I mean, I don't know. Like I said, I'll be trying to grind two times a week, but if I run really bad, maybe I'll just go back to online and Uber. For this video, I thought it would be cool to show my view as I'm driving, because I know sometimes, I like to watch or put on the TV for YouTube. I like to just put on those videos where people are walking, it's just like a camera where someone's walking around New York City or driving around New York City, and it's just kind of relaxing. It's fun to just watch the buildings and the cars go by and all that, and people walk by. So I want to try that for Montreal. For this video, I'm just gonna let it record until I get to the casino. So if I run out of things to say, I'll just stop talking and drive, and maybe you guys will enjoy just watching the views as I drive to the casino. What else? So I've been watching the main event on YouTube and stuff. I mean, I'm always interested in the main. I've played it 3 times, never cashed though. I mean, it is exciting. I mean, my views on tournaments pokers have kind of changed. I find it also when you watch the main event and stuff, because it is a 10K buy-in, and it's 10 million to first, but there's so much action being sold and swapping and backing that you never really know what percentage people have themselves. I always thought it'd be cool if there was a stat where when it showed the player and their chips, there was a bracket or something where it said what percent of themselves do they have, so if someone gets 10 million, are they getting 10 million, are they getting 2 million, are they getting 5 million, because very few people have 100% of themselves. And I guess maybe most viewers don't know that, but I do think it'd be cool if once they make the money or once they get to the top 100, they ask them and maybe they put the stat. I mean, I guess that'll never happen, but that's one thing I've always found done with poker, is you just never know how much people are actually playing for. And the 3 times I did play the main event, I had 100% of myself, so I've never been someone who likes selling action or any of that. But anyways, watching the coverage of the main, I watched some of that Will Kassouf stuff. That was pretty hilarious. I didn't really understand what was going on exactly. From my perspective, it looked like the players were just focused and ignoring him, and then it looked like the tournament staff and the dealers were getting really frustrated by him. I thought the whole thing was kind of funny. I'm always curious to see what it would be like if I had someone like Will Kassouf at my table in the main event or whatever. But I don't understand why they couldn't just somehow make some rule where he was banned from talking while he was in a hand or something. I don't know. I don't understand why he got in so much trouble. I mean, I guess he was tanking a ton, but that's also tournaments, which I don't get. Is tournaments, everyone's tanking so much to try and jump the pay ladders, which makes attorneys kind of dumb. I don't know. I think for all tournaments they need to somehow implement a shot clock or something. But anyways, I'm curious what you guys thought about that Will Kassouf thing. The whole thing did seem pretty hilarious to me. Yeah, I'm curious too. I'd like to. You don't really ever see anyone talk trash back to him, so I would like to see someone talk trash back to him and see how all that works out and everything. I know my go-to line whenever someone's talking a ton of trash to me is I always say, hey, I have a deck of cards in my car. You want to go outside and we can, do a flip, black or red, and I'll I'll lay you 3-1. So essentially I'm like saying to them like, yeah, let's go like, you know, do a flip outside, but like there's the insinuation there that I'm gonna beat them up or something, and usually that scares them to stop trash talking. They'll be like, no, they're like, why would you want to do that? I'm like, oh, I just think I'm like really, you know, sometimes that'll happen. I'll say, hey, let's go outside and I'll lay you 3-1 on a flip. And when I say that, or I'll say I lay you 10-1 on a flip. When they say like, why would you do that? I'm like, oh, I think I just run really good at flips when it's outside. You know, I just like, that's usually my go-to, and it's pretty funny. So I probably would try that on Wokasu if he was like tilting me and I wanted to get him to shut up. I'm curious what happened, because when I do that, usually people do stop harassing me at the table. Anyways, besides that, been enjoying the summer. I went on vacation with family. We did like an RV trip, which was pretty fun. We rented an RV for like 5 days and just drove from Montreal all the way to New Brunswick so we could go to the ocean, and it was a lot of fun. I'd never done that before, and yeah, it was a good time. Kids loved it, wife loved it. Also, I mean, I'm pretty excited for this Canelo and Crawford fight coming up. If you guys saw, I posted a video where I said I'm betting $200 on it, so I guess you can go watch that if you're curious of why I'm making the bets. But the one thing I wanted to add, which I didn't say in that video, is I noticed with the odds, they seem to be getting closer and closer. And with Canelo fights in general, pretty much always actually, with Canelo fights, if you're gonna bet on Canelo, you should make the bet as soon as like the lines open, because Canelo's a fan favorite, and the closer you get to fights, the more money gets put on Canelo, and the odds get worse. So maybe Canelo open as a 3-1 favorite, and then by the time the fight, you know, it'll be a 5-1 favorite, right? So you always want to bet, you know, as soon as you can. But with this fight, I noticed, I think Canelo opened as a 2-1 favorite, and now I think he's like a 1.6-1 favorite, a 1.5-1 favorite, and I think I could get closer. I mean, essentially my plan for this fight is to wait till about a week before the fight to bet, and I'm assuming that's what most people are going to do who are betting on Canelo. So maybe, I mean, I'm assuming the smart money has to be on Canelo, given that, you know, he's a much bigger, fighter, like size-wise, than Crawford. And I mean, he's in his comfortable weight class, and Crawford's coming up to a weight class. How can the smart money not be on Canelo? So if he opened as a 2-1, and by the time of the fight, you know, he's 1.5-1, I think that's a pretty good deal. So yeah, that's what I'll be planning on doing. But I'm not so convinced about that bet. What else? Yeah, I don't know. Excited to play some live poker. I hope I can run well. I mean, my goal with poker in general now is to really just try and make sure I enjoy myself, and, you know, I always think to myself, just play well for one session. You know, if you just sit there, enjoy yourself, and play well for one session, that's all you have to do, right? Try and take things one day at a time. Don't worry too much about the past or the future, whatever. Just focus on things day at a time. I always find too, in terms of like life and just like being like happy or successful, whatever, the goal really should just be like to focus on like the day at hand. Like, what do I have to do today, or what do I have to do for today to be a perfect day? And try not to stress so much about what's happened in the past or what you're stressing about in the future. So yeah, the goal today is to get there, hopefully play 6 hours, and you know, try and enjoy myself and play well, and hopefully just you know, print a bunch of EV, and hopefully it all works out. I can't really think of much else I want to say right now. Like I said, I'm just gonna let the video run, and I hope you guys enjoyed the drive. Yeah, so I don't know. If you want to see the city of Montreal, I guess this is it. I'm gonna be going downtown a bit and things like that, so it should be kind of interesting. And alright, I guess that's all for now. Maybe I'll think of some more stuff to say as the drive goes on, but that's it for now. Hope everything's going well with everyone.